Oh my gosh, I'm recording a video! Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Lynn the Cosplayer. There's a reason why it looks like I'm about to work out, which is because I'm about to work out soon. But before we do that, I thought I would hop on here today and do a video. For those of you guys out there who are really trying to fight the winter blues, drink more water, tea, hydrate with whatever your favorite drinks are, because none of us are probably getting enough water. And I listen to a lot of podcasts where they start off by talking about let's take a deep breath or let's take a drink of water. And I actually really like it because I tend to fill my free time listening to other people talking about stuff, whether it's for entertainment or for learning purposes. But just that little reminder is so useful. So wherever you are out in the world, take a little sip of water and sit back and enjoy, because today, with it just being a couple days until 2024 starts, we are going to talk about some New Year's resolutions. Now, I have always been of the mindset that you don't need to wait for the new year. In fact, you should just start a goal as soon as you have it. There shouldn't be like a right time or anything. It should be 100% to do with how your life is going, how much free time you have, how many spoons you have, how many cups you have, whatever euphemism you want to use for your energy and time. But if there is something that you have been wanting to do or accomplish, you don't need to wait for the New Year's. However, at the New Year's, I typically will make goals because this is also the time marker where I look back at the past 12 months and ask myself, what did I like about the last year that I want to get more of? Like, how can I incorporate that more into my life? And what are things that don't serve me anymore or I think are contributing towards negative aspects of my life that I need to either cut down on completely or go get like a more controlled amount of, or that I need to take a step back from and analyze a little bit further why it is hurting me in a certain way. When you have 12 months of, I guess, like data, you'd call it, if you want to make it more scientific, it's a lot easier to see the why behind why you're making these goals. So today I'm going to talk to you guys specifically about what my personal goals are for being a cosplayer for 2024. Every single year, my goals change based on just what I need more of and what I need less of. So I've broken it up into the things that I want to get rid of as much as possible in 2024, and then the things that I want to get more of. As always, we're going to talk about the negative first, because I know that's really why you guys are around here. And I think most of these things you guys are going to agree with. Again, I am not a super professional YouTuber. I actually took notes. My notes are above my little phone camera, so if you see me looking up, that's what I'm looking at. But trust me, guys, you don't want to see me talk without notes. It's not pretty, it's not succinct. There's a lot of rambling. I have like a very daydreamer mindset, which means I love to talk, and sometimes my conversations lead to just really weird places. When I do videos, I want it to be organized for you guys. So if you're watching this, sorry, it's not going to be the most beautifully edited video, but hopefully it has some good content for you. Okay, so the first thing that I want to get rid of in this new year is the same thing that I want to get rid of all year, but this is the best time of year because I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning, which is junk. I am a maximalist, and there is many things that I collect that make me very happy and joyful and youthful, but there's also a lot of things that I collect over time that end up making me anxious, stressed, or feelings of, I want to get rid of this, but I have a weird emotional attachment to it, and I almost need someone else to tell me to get rid of it in order to feel like I can. So I'm talking about like old clothes. This is really bad. I finally got a bigger closet this year, and because of that, I ended up buying more clothes, and I have so many things that I have kept in my closet that I have not worn in the past 12 months. So one of my biggest goals is to actually open up my closet, take every single item out, and ask myself, hold it up, have I worn this in the past 12 months? And if the answer is no, or I did wear it and I didn't like how I looked in it or something about it, then it needs to go into the donate pile. There is no saving clothes for later on. There's no hoping in the future I'll feel differently about it. Like, if I don't like it now, just get rid of it. That is going to be my mindset. The other things that I really need to get rid of that I would consider to be junk are a lot of random items and scraps of fabric that are left over from projects, not just cosplay projects, but like any sort of craft item. So last year, probably like a year or two ago, I got really big into crocheting and I was trying to crochet like scarves and blankets and things like that. I ended up collecting a lot of thread. It was just taking up a ton of room, but I didn't want to throw it away because thread can be expensive. So around Christmas, I ended up making like this hung up little wreath thing, and I was able to use the thread in it, and then I was able to toss away the leftovers. And so I felt like I actually got to utilize it, which was great. But I have a lot of stuff like that. Like for one of my Aubrey costumes, I had to literally buy two bells, like two bells. They don't sell two bells, so I had to buy a bag of 20 bells. Well, what do I do with the extra 18 bells that are just sitting around in my craft stuff? I need to utilize them or I need to get rid of them. Luckily, we had a craft ornament night right before Christmas, and I brought the entire bag of bells there, and I got a lot of people to take some, so that was really good. But anything that is like scraps from old projects or random items, again, throw it in the donate pile. Chances are you're probably not going to need half a yard of random fabric that is very particular that you probably won't need again. If you have a little area to keep lots of stuff like that, that's great. But for me, I have very limited space. I'm in a small apartment that I have a roommate with in, and I live with my husband. So I have to utilize like every square inch I possibly can. And those scraps end up taking up entire binfuls that I need to utilize for future projects. So again, really got to get on that. Now, the other thing that I don't want to say is junk, but I collect way too much of it, and it gets to the point where I feel guilty because I don't want to throw it away as artwork. I know a lot of you guys out there that go to conventions probably feel the same way as me, where you see a piece of artwork, you absolutely love it, you buy it at a convention, bring it home, put it in a frame, it goes up on your wall. Then at some point, maybe you switch out the artwork or you move or you take it down for some reason. You never find a reason to put it back up. And then by the time you do find it, you're like, oh no, I don't want to throw it away, but it's not going back on my walls. I think that we need to get rid of this idea that because someone sold you the print of one of their artworks, that you cannot throw it away. And I know this is probably a little controversial, if you buy a print or a copy of an artwork, it is totally fine to trash it, give it away for free, throw it in a donate pile, whatever it may be. You don't have to keep it forever, because the more and more conventions you go to, you'll be like me and my husband, and you will have a storage unit where you have an artwork bag that is full of prints that you've bought. I want to really go through that after the new year and get rid of any artwork that I absolutely know. I even have like signed posters from leak teams and things like that where I'm like, I like this, but it's a really big piece of artwork and I don't know if we're gonna ever hang it up again, so I don't think it's really worth hanging on to. Maybe I'll sell it, maybe I'll donate it, whatever it is, but just kind of getting rid of that mindset that I need to keep everything. It is not good to have that mindset. Okay, let's go on to the next thing that I plan to get rid of. As you can see, I'm rocking back and forth because I have been walking and running a lot, and my feet, this is the first year that I have ever had this happen. I have like bottom of my foot pain. I can't remember what it's called. It is very uncomfortable. And when I have to stand or walk for long periods of time, it really irritates me. So if you see me moving around a lot, it's usually because I'm trying to like massage my foot or something while I'm standing, or I'm trying to get in a different comfortable position. For those of you out there that suffer from this, I feel for you. It sucks. I am doing all the stretches and everything I can, but still bugs me. Okay, so the next thing that I am getting rid of in this new year are trends that are wasteful and that pass by way too quickly. Since the invention of TikTok and Instagram Reels, I have noticed trends have gone from being seasonal to almost weekly, sometimes even daily. As in, something is trending and everyone hops on board, they have to buy it, they have to get it, they have to make it. Literally the next week, no one cares about it anymore. There are so many of these that I could bring up, but I really want to bring up the cosplay side of this because there are a lot of cosplay trends that I have seen, everything from the strawberry Lolita dress that everyone was trying to remake and incorporate, to the mushroom hat and mushroom outfit that I saw going all over online, where I think to myself, trends can be fun, trends can be useful in their own way, but when they pass by that quickly, they become very wasteful in my life, and I don't want to incorporate that. If I have the materials to make or do something and I'm just doing it to pass by time and have some fun, that is totally fine. But if I have to go out and purchase something or go somewhere to do something just because it's trending, I don't want to do that. Now, I know many people will go out to like the newest, trendiest restaurants, coffee shops, whatever it is. I am not really one of those people. It can be fun to go try something if you have friends that really want to go like check it out. But if I am having to spend a lot of time and money towards it, those are things that I have limitations on. And my goal for this year is to not overspend my money, to not overspend my time, and to definitely not overspend my energy. So really like protecting that. The next thing that I'm planning to get rid of in the new year is something that I want all of you guys out there to really try to get this into your life. This mindset that it is okay. And I know this will sound crazy, but I think some of you guys out there who have feelings of guilt about this will probably understand how I feel. It is 100% okay to unfollow cosplayers, influencers, groups, anything that do not serve you anymore. And what I mean by that is that sometimes a person or group that you follow for a hobby like cosplay can start out in one way and over time morph into something completely different. And you feel a sort of need to go with the flow, or you feel like there is a sense of pride being with this group or this person that you've been affiliated with for so long, and you don't want to desert them. You kind of feel a little bit of a guilt if you were to desert them. But people change, groups change, trends change, things just change. And if they change in a way that is not healthy for your mentality, like your mental health is at stake, your physical health is at stake, or it is not serving you anymore, which means you have certain goals in your life that this person or group directly goes against, it is okay to unfollow those people and those groups or to not put time or energy into them anymore. It sucks. I totally understand, guys. If anything, I understand more than most people because this past year, I actually had to get rid of a close best friend because I had a realization that how they were acting and what they were choosing to do was hurting me a lot. It was hurting my life, my goals, how I saw myself, how I experienced the world. And I felt that who they were when I had started being friends with them was one person, and who they currently were was a different person that I was not willing to move forward with. And it really sucks. I understand there are feelings of guilt if you've supported a cosplayer from their, beginner cosplayer journey all the way to wherever they are now, people who have won competitions, people who have started brand names for themselves. This past year, I have actually started to unfollow cosplayers that I felt like were doing too many advertisements. I am really, really not liking the whole ad thing, the whole if I want to talk about something or make something or do something, I have to make money off of it. Like there are no hobbies, there's only the hustle now. I am so much against that, especially in the cosplay community. If you watch any of my videos, you'll probably get that vibe from me. But I have started to unfollow cosplayers who are doing too many ads in their videos because YouTube already does ads. There is no reason for someone to need to make a huge amount of money off of doing YouTube videos when they started out doing them for free for a different reason. I understand in their world that might make sense, but for me as a hobby cosplayer, it just doesn't make sense. I follow and support people in the way that I choose to. Same with you guys. However you choose to follow and support people is up to you. If you want to follow someone that's making money off of you, that is your choice. But it is one that I am taking a step back from and I don't want to do anymore. I've also unfollowed cosplay groups where I felt like moderators were not doing their job and things were slipping through the cracks that I felt like were just really not appropriate or were very strange. And again, that is totally 100% okay to do. My goal is to stop feeling guilty from it, to feel a little bit more empowered that I get to choose how I spend my time and energy, and what I get to consume is 100% my choice and can be changed at any time. If someone wants my supportership and allegiance, they need to align with what I believe in. And once they stop doing that, that is when I, check out and I don't consume anymore. Okay, let's go on to the last thing about what I'm getting rid of for the new year, which is letting others' expectations control what I do. I hate to say this, guys, but I feel like most cosplayers I have met have a pretty bad issue with this. People are consistently doing costumes that I don't think they otherwise would choose because they are being influenced by others or by the reactions of people that watch them or who they spend their time with. And I have noticed myself over the past 15 or 16 years, there has been many characters that I would have loved to cosplay, and I kept asking myself, why haven't I done it? Why haven't I done it? Why do new characters keep popping up? Why do I keep choosing to do different projects? And that's when I kind of realized I'm being way more influenced than I think I am. A lot of times there's a character that I want to do, and I ask myself, will people know who this character is? Oh, well, they're not very well known, or it's from something really old, or, oh, the costume's going to be kind of complex, so no, I don't think I want to make it, or maybe it's not worth it to buy it. I've had moments where I see people do costumes in just really incredible ways, and I don't even want to put my toe in the water to try because I just ask myself, what if I can't make this as good as them? What if mine doesn't even compare? What if there's people at the convention that are wearing the same costume, but theirs looks, 100 times better? I hate this mindset. I don't want anything to do with it. And of course, because I sometimes do buy cosplays, I don't always make them. I would say it's 50-50. 50% I make them, 50% I buy them. But I always have this horrible thought because of experiences I've had in the past where sometimes I get really excited because I find a cosplay costume I want to buy online. And I have this moment where I'm like, okay, but what if I wear this to the convention and someone knows that I bought it? They can just tell, or maybe someone else also bought theirs. I have actually had moments in the past where people asked me about how I made something. And when I was honest with them and told them, well, I actually bought it from this website, they really were mean to me about it. And I know that sounds weird because this actually happened at smaller conventions where you think people would be a little more accepting of that. I mean, this isn't giant competition conventions or anything like that, but it did put a really bad taste in my mouth. And a lot of times it made me feel scared to buy and alter something because if someone were to ask me that question, of course, I'm going to be honest, but I don't want their judgment for it. So this year, we are not letting people's expectations control how we cosplay, why we cosplay, where we cosplay, anything like that. I think you guys all need to be in the same mindset as well because people need to stop being so judgmental and people really need to kind of get a life. Whenever I see people judging cosplayers for doing whatever they're doing, if it's harmless and, just what they want to do, I always wonder, why do you care? Why? Why do you spend your time and energy being negative and mean and judging that person? Who cares if they're cosplaying as a cartoon character? Who cares if they got the shoes wrong? Who cares if their costume isn't as good as yours? There is no reason to be mean to someone else or to spend time and energy attacking others. I just don't really understand it. So, what can I do? I can't change people, but I can change people controlling what I do. Okay, now we are going to go on to the part of the video that is turning happy, positive, energetic. We are going to be stronger. We are going to be a better cosplayer. And not better as in better at what we do, but better at why we do this. So, first off, the thing that I am going to try to get more of in this new year, and I have made it my resolution. This is my number one resolution. I want more moments of happiness and peacefulness. And I don't mean like moments where I'm howling with laughter or I'm having the best time of my entire life. I mean the small moments where I take a step back and I actually appreciate that I got to go to a convention, that I had a good time, that I woke up that morning and my body felt good, that I made a costume and I was proud of it, that someone said something to me that made me feel good. And I actually intaked that comment and believed it. And that I'm thankful for where I am as a cosplayer and what I've done, and that I'm just happy and peaceful in that moment. That's what I mean by happiness. I think some people think that like happiness is something that is really loud and in your face and makes you feel amazing. But I think happiness is more of like a sense of peace where you are, what you have, who you have around you, what you're able to do wherever that is, and also being able to take a look back at your past self and be like, I wish I could talk to you and tell you you're going to get through this, you're going to be stronger, you're going to learn so much, you're going to be proud of yourself one day. There's just a sense of peace in that. And I think we all need a lot more peace and happiness in our lives, especially after the last couple years and all the crazy things that happened in the world. So even if you don't have any goals for this new year, like none at all, and you've decided not to make goals, maybe think about happiness and peacefulness and how you can incorporate that into your life. I have noticed I make costumes and I get so pent up in the making and alteration of them that when I'm actually wearing them, I'm more stressing out about, oh my gosh, does this look right? Oh my gosh, can you get it in the picture? Oh my gosh, what if I'm not doing this? What does the picture look like? That I'm not even taking in the moment that I'm like, oh my God, I made eye contact with someone across the hall and they looked excited to see my character. Or the moment when a little kid runs up to you because they know who you are and they think you're the real character. There's a lot of moments that I think we need to appreciate a lot more, especially when it comes to actually going to conventions. It is not about making loads of friends. It's not about gaining fame, notoriety, making cool TikToks. Like, that's all fun stuff, but what it really comes down to is what actually brings you the happiness and peace in your life. Okay, now that we've gotten past the sappy stuff, the second thing that I'm going to try to get as much of, especially in the new month of this new year, so January, is that refilling craft supplies. Guys, have you ever gone to start a project or fix something only to realize the things that you have always had a lot of, you are running super low on? I'm talking like hot glue gun sticks and adhesives and elastic, zippers, all the primary colors of your acrylic paints that you need to do things. Just the other day, I ran out of black paint. I have not run out of black paint in like, I don't know, maybe 3 years or so. It was when I was making my witch wings from the old cartoon. And I was just sitting there going, I wonder how many other things I've actually run out of or am low on. And I don't even know because I haven't like used them to make something recently. If you want to make more things in the new year, refill all of your basics so that you are like gliding in. It's going to be smooth. It's not going to be speed bumpy ride of, oh shoot, I gotta go buy this, I gotta go refill this, I need more of this. I think it's just better for your mindset, and it's also really nice because then when you see all your craft supplies organized, refilled, it puts you in a good headspace, like very zen. The other thing that I really need to get more of this year, and I feel it because I feel a little burned out. The holidays are rough. They are not good. I mean, they're happy and they're really fun, and I'm glad I get to spend time with friends and talk to family and stuff. But at the same time, there is so much expectation hanging in the air. There's people who are stressed out because they have to see their families, they don't want to. There's people that are stressed out because they're worried their families will want to see them. There is people who are stressed out because of friendships, things going on in their life, whatever it may be. I get through the end of the holidays and it's not quite the new year and I'm just very tired. I want to make projects, but I also feel a little bit burned out and my cup can feel quite empty. So like I've said in many videos, it is the time of the year when I like to go get inspiration. And so this would be a great time to set a goal to get more inspiration in your life. Inspiration does not need to cost a lot. It does not need to be super out of your comfort zone. It more means finding things that like ignite your flame again, that refill your cup, that inspire you to do more, be more, have loftier goals, that make you feel empowered. That's what I would say inspiration is. Typically for me, I find a lot of like artistic inspiration by going to art galleries. I like to see people's artwork, whether that is buying a ticket to the Seattle Art Museum and going around to see what's new, going to like free art galleries downtown, going to artist workshops, sometimes buying stuff, sometimes just wandering for free. I mean, we even have a lot of street art in Seattle that is really cool to just go drive around and look at. Every once in a while I'll see something and I just think, I love that color. I love how they did that. I love how they incorporated this thing that I haven't seen before, or this style, or oh my God, I forgot about that style. I love that style. I want to do more of that. And that's what I mean by the inspiration. I really love to also rewatch beloved shows. Funny enough, we actually just started rewatching Inuyasha because my husband has never seen it all the way. And I was thinking about there's so many shows that I used to watch on Adult Swim that I have not watched for such a long time, and I would love to revisit them. Something about old shows really inspires me. You can probably tell because of my witch costume I'm making right now. I mean, that cartoon is almost 20 years old. Actually, it might be 20 years old this year. Oh my God. But just like old things that make you feel happy, those can be really good, inspiring things. Finding new cosplayers, watching their journeys. There is something really pure and innocent about finding someone who is actually willing to share their journey about starting cosplay on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. That always inspires me because I think, oh my gosh, it's really hard for them. Like they're learning everything. I already know all this stuff. It's at my fingertips. I should be using these fingertips more to create more. Or even just seeing people who sit down on a Friday night and make fun little projects because they want to. It inspires me to do the same. And of course, inspiration can come from people that you can learn from and you can look up to. So like I said, when I was talking about things to get rid of people and groups that don't serve you and find ones that do. Maybe you found a skill that you really love and you want to like expand into that universe. Maybe you're recommended to another cosplay influencer and you find them and you just absolutely love what they do, their style, how they talk about it, how they show it. Gaining more of that and getting rid of the old junk is a really good way to reignite your flame and really protect your energy. And of course, what we can get more of, all of us, every single cosplayer out there, is organization. This past year, I moved and I made it my biggest goal to clean and organize all of my craft supplies in a way that was easier for me to see and find things. So I got even more organization bins to like organize my fabric, and also reorganizing things under my bed. I utilize the wig technique where you actually buy zipper folders or like binders and put your wigs into them, and then that way you can stack them up all nice without things getting crushed. I really like that. But I want to find even more ways to organize things, clean things, really get things like in a way that when I'm doing a project, I'm not like, do I have this item? Where would I even find it? Okay, let's dig through 10 million things for an hour. That stuff is stressful. Organizing and cleaning are two things you should do every year, all year long, but why not make it a goal? Why not like try to gain more cleanliness and organization? There's no reason not to. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go do my workout, but thanks for coming by, watch my video. listening to me talk. I will be back in the new year to do more videos, rest assured, and I have a lot of fun opinion stuff I'm going to be doing. So have a good night, guys, and I'll see you next year. Bye.